Like, imagine if Russia moves nukes into Belarus, right? Which is supposedly happening. And then one day there's some sort of a critical exchange. And they go, that's it. That's enough. And they just, a giant ship hovering over the battlefield where everybody's like, holy fuck. And you realize that this thing is from another planet. It sends out a bunch of satellite ships, and they come down, and these things get out.
It's not far from reality.
Would you do it that way if you were an alien, or would you force these dummies to create artificial intelligence that eventually takes them over? Would you conquer them that way? If you looked at these, like, imagine, like, I just want to think about it this way. Imagine if we went to some sort of a jungle and someone had given the chimpanzees missiles. And the chimpanzees just fucking launching missiles. We'd be like, yo, we got to kill those chimpanzees. They're fucking shooting at planes. They're shooting at boats. We got to kill them. Right? They're too wild.
Yeah.
They would come in and kill them, right?
See,
I bet they would do that with us.
if we were a threat, they would absolutely kill us. And the
Yeah.
fact that they haven't killed us means we're clowns.
I think they can
We're
stop
absolute clowns. Like, my brother's feeling is, and he's smarter than me and he reads much more alien stuff. I was like, yo, if they're here, why haven't they killed us? He goes, they don't care. He's like, I think they're doing research. And I'm like, all right, if they're doing research, then they're just going to let us die. And they're just going to, like, they're probably watching us on screens just laughing. Like, yo, look at these idiots. Look at these idiots.
I would imagine we're pretty funny.
They
to
can't even
watch.
drink water in Philadelphia. You know, like.
Yeah. I know, right?
It's
Isn't
like
that nuts?
Housewives for them. Like, yo, check out Housewives Philadelphia. They don't got water now. You know? You should have seen
Yeah.
what happened in East Palestine. Like, the aliens are watching us like Bravo.
Probably. I bet they're probably monitoring nuclear sites. Because one of the things that has been reported in the past, and again, you don't know if it's true or not. You don't know if you're getting, this brings us back to what we were originally talking about. You don't know if you're getting bullshitted. You don't know if it really happened. You don't know. If you weren't there and they don't have any physical evidence for you to watch or see or touch, even physical evidence you can watch, we know that could be horseshit. But most likely it's not if it comes from official channels. But, like, it doesn't mean they don't exist. Like, even if you think that it's nonsense, you think it's silly, that might be part of the plan. Part of the plan might be make it seem silly. That way you could just be around all the time. And people talk about it, and even the Pentagon talks about it. Nobody cares? Like, well, okay, you hit the right frequency then.
Yeah, and that means they're a much more evolved civilization than us.
Yeah, they're playing
They're playing
a game.
chess.
Yeah. They recognize that we have a real susceptibility to groupthink. And we real susceptibility. And if you can trick people into thinking that UFOs are silly, oh God, what are you thinking about? Other life forms from another planet? So silly. What a great way to trick people. If you could do that, and you did exist, you could make it so that talking about you carries a social consequence. So if you're in polite society, right, nowadays in 2023, you can have a conversation about UFOs because the New York Times wrote an article about it. You could say, did you see that? Did you see that article in the New York Times? Did you see the Pentagon? I don't know if the things that people are seeing, I don't know. I think those are probably, I'm just guessing. I shouldn't even say probably. But I think those could be drones. I think they could be super sophisticated drones that we don't understand because they've done all of this science in a way where they never made it public. It's not likely, but it is possible. It's one of those things where you're like, man, you don't know. Like, if they were very clever and they started doing this at a certain point in time in history, and they were almost like a movie where they had this like secret laboratory where they hired the top physicists and they gave them some fake jobs, like, oh, I'm in charge of fertilizer reproduction at this, this chemical plant. Bullshit. This guy he's over there back engineering UFOs. What if they really do have some crash shit that they found in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947, and they've been trying to figure out how to back engineer that, and they're getting closer.
Dude, I just want to meet Optimus Prime. Like Optimus Prime looks like the illest alien. I just hope that it's Optimus Prime. That would be fucking sick.
I want a little tiny gray dude that could read minds. I want the traditional. I don't want the bullshit new age.
Yeah.
Fucking
I want
robot.
a truck.
I don't want a truck.
Sam Witwicky.
What if it was like Woody from Toy Story? What if that's what the aliens are? They come down here, they're like, "What the fuck, Woody? Woody, you're the head alien?" But that's like that scene in Contact. Remember in that Jodie Foster movie? Did you ever see Contact?
Yeah, long time ago.
When the end of the movie, I believe it's her dad. It comes to her as her dad. I think the alien tells her. I'm pretty sure it's her dad, and it tells her like they're walking together. It's like, this whatever we are is too much for you to handle. So I've shown myself in this form. Yeah, it's a heavy scene, dude. It's a heavy scene. It's a really good movie, man. Do you remember that movie?
Yo, I do. I haven't seen it in a while.
It was written by the original novel was by Carl Sagan, and they converted it into one of the best like alien movies of all time, because it was like an intellectual, dramatic movie about contact with an alien race and how it was probably going to present itself. And it was very, very novel because, you know, Carl Sagan was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Also, huge pothead. Carl Sagan, huge pothead.
And the movies be predicting the reality. Like
That one is.
I gotta watch this.
It's probably
Again.
how they would do it. If they were gonna make contact with you, why would they freak you out and come looking like some fucking weird stick figure with a giant gray head?